Hello students, let us start our new session of chapter number 9, Ray Optics and Optical Instruments. Let us start with the new topic, refraction by a lens. In previous topic, we understood the refraction by a spherical surface. Now in the lens, we are having two spherical surfaces. As you can see in the diagram A, one lens can be designed by taking two spherical surfaces. In diagram B, you can observe that one spherical surface is defined as ABC, and next spherical surface you can observe in diagram C, that is A, B and C. So let us calculate the equation for the individual spherical surfaces and we are going to combine it. So here for one spherical surface we have already derived the equation, and that was n2 by v minus n1 by u equal to n2 minus n1 by r. Let us reform that equation for this lens for the first spherical surface A, B and C. So for that n1 by OB, the OB that is nothing but u, plus n2 by BI1, that BI1 is nothing but V, equal to n2 minus n1 by BC1, that is R1. For the second spherical surface AD and C, we can write the equation by the sign convection minus n2 by di1, that di1 that is V for the second spherical surface, plus n1 by di equal to n2 minus n1 by dc2. That dc2 gives the radius or the distance between center of spherical surface and the spherical surface, that is a radius r2. So here we are having two equations. If this lens we consider as a very thin, then we can define that bi1 equal to di1. If that lens is very thin, then we consider that BI1, that is after first spherical surface, image will be generated at I1 from the first spherical surface. From that point, it is given to the next spherical surface and the final image will be observed. So here we consider as a DI1 equal to BI1. Both distance is same. So by equating this equation and by adding this both the equation for the individual surfaces, combine it by using a superposition law, and also include that thin lens condition di1 equal to di1. So we can get this equation n1 by OB plus n1 by di equal to n2 minus n1 into 1 upon BC1 plus 1 upon BC2. Now consider that if OB is infinite, it means object is available at larger distance, then whatever the image will be generated, that will be at finite distance. I repeat, if we consider that object is available at far distance, for example infinite, then its image will be generated at finite distance. So OB consider as infinite, so n1 upon OB will be neglected. So and di replaced with the f, finite distance. So we can reform that equation n1 upon f equal to n2 minus n1 into 1 upon bc1 plus 1 upon bc2. So here the lens having a two foci f and f dash. So here we can write down that BC1, that is a plus R1 by the sign convection, DC2 equal to minus R2, and place these values in the above 9.20 equation. So here we are getting 1 upon F equal to N21 minus 1. Here we are taking N1 common So from the left hand side n1 and from the right hand side n1 will be cancelled out, and in the first bracket n2 by n1 can write as a n21. So 1 by f equal to n21 minus 1 into 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. This equation is known as Lens-Maker's formula. So by utilizing this equation, we can design a lens for the desired focus length using a spherical surface having a curvature radial. This formula is also true for the concave lens. We have derived for the convex lens. The same formula is applicable for concave lens by taking the sign convection opposite. Here we are taking R1 negative and R2 positive and focal length f negative. So if we rewrite that above equation, then n1 by OB plus n1 by di equal to n1 by f. That is what the equation we are having. Let us rewrite by taking that sign convection. So we able to get OB equal to minus u, di equal to plus v, and that equation became 1 upon v minus 1 upon u equal to 1 by f. This equation is known as thin lens formula. Here we have derived it for a real image formed by a convex lens. This formula is also valid for convex as well as concave lenses for both real and virtual images. So here two foci f and f dash are available for double convex or double concave lens and are at equidistance from optical center. So we can focus on the side of the original source of light, that is the first focal point, and whereas the other is known as second focal point, that is f and f dash. Now if we want to find the image of an object by a lens, then we can take any two rays which is emitting from a point of object, trace their paths, use the law of refraction and find out its a refracted ray where it is meeting. That point where two rays will meet, their image will be generated. So just to get a proper image where it is formed, pass two rays and get it combined at other side where image will be generated. Here any two of the following rays can be chosen. First, a ray emanating from the object that is parallel to the principal axis of the lens. After the refraction, passes through the second principal focus f dash or diverge from the first principal focus f. Second, a ray of light passing through the optical center of the lens and emerge without any deviation. Third, a ray of light passing through the first principal focus and appear to meet it, that emerges parallel to the principal axis after refraction. So here any of the path will be carried out to get or to combine the two rays and where the image will be generated. Here you can see in the diagram, first diagram is defined for the convex lens and the next diagram is defined for the concave lens. Here different position of the object we can take with respect to the lens and we can verify the lens formula. At each point of the object, which is supposed to give the infinite number of rays, and all these number of rays will passing through the lens, and at other side all rays will merge, will meet at one point where the image will be generated after passing through the lens. So here, if we want to calculate its a magnification or the amount by which the image will be higher So that is the magnification. This magnification by the lens can be defined like for a mirror as the ratio of the size of image to the object. So, just like a spherical mirror, take magnification m, that m equal to h dash by h. H dash, that is the size of image, h is the size of object. So we can consider as a v by u. Here, when we apply the sign convection, then we can define that image will be virtual or erect for the convex or concave lens, that m is positive or negative. For the positive, that is positive or inverted or the real. So we can say that m is positive for inverted and m is negative for the real. Now let us go through the example. A musician during a show makes a glass lens with n equal to 1.47 disappear in a throw of liquid. What is the refractive index of the liquid? Could the liquid be water? Here the refractive index of the liquid is 1.47. To make the lens disappear, if the lens would disappear, it means both material having the same refractive index, n1 equal to n2. And if that object is available at infinite distance, then 1 upon f equal to 0. Means the lens in the liquid will act as a plane of sheet of glass. And here, as its refractive index is 1.47, then liquid is not a water, that is a glycerin. Now let us calculate the power of a lens. Here, power of a lens, that is a measurement of convergence or divergence which lens will produce while the light falling on it. If the shorter focal length is there and it will bend the incident light more, it means that and converging it in case of convex lens, and it will diverge the light beam if in case of concave lens. So here power of lens is defined by the tangent of angle by which this convergence or divergence of the light beam is available at unit distance from the center of optical lens. So here, as you can see in the diagram, image is formed and make the angle delta. So tan delta equal to h by f. If we consider h equal to 1, then tan delta equal to 1 by f. If delta is very much less, then tan delta we can write in terms of delta itself. So delta equal to 1 by f. This delta is nothing but can be defined as a power of lens. Its unit is diopter. 1 diopter equal to 1 by meter. So here power of lens of a focal length of 1 meter is 1 diopter. This power of a lens is positive for converging lens, and this power of lens is negative for diverging lens. So when optician prescribes the corrective lens of power 2.5 diopter, then convex lens is required for the focal length 40 centimeter. And if he prescribes power of lens of the power is minus 4 diopter, it means concave lens is required by having a focal length minus 25 centimeter. Let us go through the example regarding it. If f equal to 0.5 meter for a glass lens, what is the power of the lens? The radii of curvature of the faces of a double convex lens are 10 centimeter and 15 centimeter. If focal length is 12 centimeter, what is the refractive index of glass? A convex lens has 20 centimeter focal length in air, what is the focal length in water. Refractive index of air water 1.33 and refractive index of air glass is 1.5. Here in first case f is given, that is 0.5 meter. We want to determine the power of the lens. Then power of the lens P equal to 1 by f. So 1 upon 0.5 equal to 2 diopter. Now in next case, we are having a focal length f equal to 20 centimeter, R1 10 centimeter and R2 15 centimeter. If we apply sign convection, then f equal to plus 12 centimeter, R1 equal to plus, f equal to plus 12 centimeter, R1 equal to plus 10 centimeter and R2 equal to minus 15 centimeter. Now substitute all the values of the equation, that N1 by OB plus N1 by DI equal to N1 by F. That OB is nothing but F. So we can say N1 by F plus N1 by R1 equal to N1 by F and R2. So apply these equations and we able to get 1 by 12 equal to N minus 1, 1 by 10 minus 1 upon minus 15. Make the subject of formula N. So we able to get the refractive index of glass N equal to 1.5. Now the third case, for a glass lens in the air, N2 equal to 1.5, N1 that is the refractive index of air, that is 1, and focal length is a 20 centimeter. So apply the lens formula and place these values, that 1 upon 20 equal to 0.5, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So here N2 equal to 1.5, and for a glass, air to glass, for air to water, the refractive index is given 1.33, that is N1 equal to 1.33. So place these values and we able to get 1.33 by F equal to 1.5 minus 1.33 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. While we combine these two equations, we able to get F equal to 78.2 centimeter. Here we are going to end this session. Hope you understood. Thank you.